that two of the countries that have suffered some of the largest consumer breaches, Japan and Canada, have really taken a proactive approach from a regulatory point of view and set up frameworks, I guess, so it doesn't happen again. So you talked earlier about some of the regulatory is going to need to change or be rewritten to adapt to this technology. And I think this is one of the fascinating pieces of smart contracts, qualified custody, is the technology itself is so robust and so customizable. Do you feel that we're often backfilling custody and some of the regulatory into frameworks that exist? And how ready do you think regulatory is to really embrace what the technology can do and deliver?
Yeah, I think it's a really fascinating question. I do have a strong view there, and this is one we've shared on both public forums, etc., and also in conversations with various regulators. We are treating digital assets currently as financial tools. The technology goes well beyond financial tools. And I think this is one of the potential mistake that we could be going down a path of, if I may use that framing, by trying to define, is it a security, is it a commodity, which regulatory framework that we currently have in our basket that we can apply to this class of assets, versus thinking about it more broadly. We're very excited about, smart contract technology. Not everybody has a positive view on JPEGs that cost a lot of money, but the underlying technology is incredibly impressive, and it will allow brands, governments, universities to do all sorts of really interesting things. You might decide to buy a high-end watch or a high-end bag at some point in the future, and you will be issued a digital license for that good to prove that it's an authentic good. That's not necessarily a financial asset. The concept of digital identity, digital driver's license, health cards, passports, university diplomas, housing deeds, the fact that you can essentially digitize just about anything, put it on a blockchain for everybody to be able to read the data, and treat it as essentially what it is, which is a better tool than what we're using today. The concept is incredibly wide. And I do believe that right now, globally, I should be clear, this is just not in Canada, but globally, I think we're trying to fit this asset into a box where it might not actually end up being square. It might be round, or it might be, rectangular. And we're just not really thinking about this because we do have fraud, various issues that have happened in the last 12, 18 months, few years, and the regulators obviously are reacting proactively as they should to these events.